Yeah, I did commit an assault, but the individual came up behind me and he made me uncomfortable. He was gay and I didn't know what his intentions were, so I didn't hit I didn't push him to harm him. I just pushed him to stay away from me.
Okay. So at this point in time, you're saying that you do not feel that you have anything to work on, that you are stable and perfect and ready to go.
Yeah. I'm gonna do no more programming. You can tell the board is up.
Okay. I don't know how well that's going to go with the Utah Parole Board, but hey, you never know with them. Now this man, he's serving the tail end of a 15-year sentence that happened all the way back in 2015. But no, he hasn't been serving that sentence straight. He's already had two parole opportunities. Twice he's been revoked in 2017 and in 2020, and he's got a long record. You know, what he's locked up for now includes reckless endangerment, driving under the influence, child endangerment, failure to wear a seatbelt, failure to stop. It seems that I think he went on a police chase with a child in the car, but we don't have evidence of that. That's just what I see from the crime. Now, anyways, we're going to watch this parole hearing and I'll share the results with you and some more details at the end.
On record.
So this is the time and place scheduled for a rehearing for Remo Koto, offender number 899352. Is that you, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. My name is Charlotte Parrott, and I'm a hearing officer with the Utah Board of Pardons and Parole. I'm going to be the one who's conducting your hearing today. I am going to be taking some testimony from you, so I do need to swear you in. So if you'll please raise your right hand for me. To the best of your ability, thank you. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, thank you for that, sir. Did you receive at least 7 days written notice of today's hearing?
Yes.
And did you receive your blue disclosure packet from the board?
Yes.
Did you have a chance to review all of that information?
Yes.
And did you have a chance to review your sex offender assessment?
Yes.
And did you have a chance to review your psychological evaluation?
Yes.
Okay, so those are some of the things that we're going to be discussing today. Just for some procedural history, you had a rehearing back on 2/9 of 2023. At that time, the board ordered this rehearing with the sex offender treatment memo and the psychological evaluation. The board also expected you to complete the sex offender treatment program prior to this hearing. So we're going to be discussing all of that, okay?
Okay.
So let's talk about the psychological review first. What are your thoughts on that? The diagnoses and the recommendations. Do you remember what they were?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Oh yeah. She said everything is good.
Okay.
My psyche hours.
Okay. So the psychological review has you presenting with at this time antisocial personality disorder, alcohol use disorder, and cannabis use disorder. So what are your thoughts on that?
No, I don't do drugs.
Okay. What about your mental health? Do you feel that you're stable and in a good place?
No, it's violent. It's too violent here. As you can see, I just barely got a black eye the other day.
Okay.
On Friday.
With your mental health, do you feel your mental health is good?
Yes.
Okay. How did you get a black eye the other day?
I said good morning to another inmate, and then another inmate rushed and attacked me.
Okay. Are you getting a disciplinary for that or just the other person?
They got me on TRO right now.
Okay.
it doesn't make sense because I was the victim. He should be the one in TRO.
And we'll discuss your disciplinaries and stuff here in a few minutes. So with your mental health recommendations, the recommendation was that, let's see, that Mr. Komodo struggles to admit to issues and concerns or recognize that he has any concerns. This puts him at risk to engage in behaviors again, such as his anger outbursts or making inappropriate comments. What are your thoughts on that?
Not true.
Okay, and why do you feel that's not true?
I never had no violent outbursts. I was the one being attacked in here. I
Okay.
never attacked no one in here.
Let's see. This goes on to state that some kind of mental health intervention, whether it's substance use treatment, SOTP, or dialect behavior therapy, would be helpful in getting you to recognize that you have issues that you need to work on. What are your thoughts about that?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think you have anything that you need to work on?
No.
And why do you feel like you don't have anything to work on?
I'm not the one that's violent. People in here are violent, not me.
So you're the one sitting in custody because you committed crimes. So you don't feel,
All I said was hi to a woman and they bring me in here.
so you're accepting no responsibility for your situation that leads you to being in custody today.
Why would I be arrested for saying hello to someone? That doesn't seem fair.
So, sir, you're being held in custody on a bunch of charges, but most recently, you're being held in custody. Some of your new current offenses are assault by prisoners. You have 2 counts, were your most recent convictions. So you're saying that that you have no fault at where you're at this point in time.
Yeah, I did commit an assault, but the individual came up behind me and he made me uncomfortable. He was gay and I didn't know what his intentions were, so I didn't push him to harm him. I just pushed him to stay away from me.
Okay. So at this point in time, you're saying that you do not feel that you have anything to work on, that you are stable and perfect and ready to go.
Yeah. I already did all the classes. I've already graduated. You not see that?
We're going to talk
Been
about
working the whole time I've been in here. I've been doing anger management, unlock your thinking. I've done MRTs. I've done everything. I even enrolled the SOTP, but they took me back to max. And then they said I couldn't do it until I got back in population
where are you currently housed?
in SMU. But I've done every program this prison has to offer. I don't know what else you want me to do. Jump through a hula hoop backwards?
Okay. So the third recommendation is the most alarming. And since you've, read this, you're familiar with this. It says that, or I guess I apologize, it's not the most alarming, but it's a little alarming, but that you should continue to involve in some form of outpatient monitoring and treatment to ensure that you continue to work on accepting responsibility for your behavior. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll gladly do it.
So what type of programming do you think that you need to get yourself to a point where you're not having write-ups, that you're not engaging in negative behaviors, and you're stable for a potential release to the community where you're not at risk to others?
I'm not at risk. I haven't had a write-up in over 2 years now. And then the last write-up I got was my cellie covering the window. It wasn't me. But they just wrote me up because I was living with him.
Okay. So yeah, you haven't had a disciplinary since 2023,
Yeah.
February of 2023. So let's talk about the sex offender assessment. You said you received a copy of that and you were able to read through that, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So this, the testing that you did places you at an above average risk to reoffend. What are your thoughts on that?
I only had one attempted lewdness in the Solid County Jail, but I don't think I'll reoffend. But if I don't know.
And the recommendations are that you enroll in and complete the SOTP program while incarcerated.
Yeah.
And what are your thoughts on that?
I enrolled, but I went back to Hickory and I was unable to do it.
And why did you go back to Hickory?
Refusing direct order.
Okay. It does note in this report that you have historically self-removed from the tracking list. Why have you self-removed from programming?
No, I've never removed myself from programming. I program. I love programming.
Okay. And so this says if you are amenable to treatment, that you need to write the SOTP and put back on the tracking list. That it's recommended that you complete the SOTP prepare for a change, and then followed by the SOTP core. Is that something that you're willing to do, sir?
Now or before?
So if the board was to order you to complete that prior to release, is that something that you'd be willing to do?
Probably not. Because I expire in 2 years, so I'm not going to sit here and program the whole time. I might as well just sleep.
So you do expire 12/20 of 2027. So you would rather just not do programming and just expire?
Yeah. Or I'd rather terminate. Can I ask for a termination?
You can ask for it, but I highly doubt the board's gonna grant it. But I'm more than happy to.
Or a parole?
So a parole would be contingent upon you doing programming.
Can I go to a halfway house?
If you complete programming and the board sees that you're fit for a parole.
I ain't gonna do no more programming. You can tell the board to suck my dick.
Is there anything else you would like the board to know?
I hate this state of Utah and I don't like it here. I wish I could move to a different state and tell them to f off.
Okay, thank you. I'll go ahead and conclude your hearing.
All right, bitch.
And there you have it. And I just have to admire the parole interviewer, the way that you just like complete poker face, like nothing phased her with that. And we watched her through so many hearings. I mean, that it's kind of like I feel like I get to know these parole board interviewers, and it's impressive. I don't know how they do it day in and day out, but it probably comes to no surprise that they denied him. And thank you, Holly, for the info. So they said basically, no, you're going to serve your full term up until 12/14/2027, and then they give the reason why. And here again are the sentences for what he's in for. So failure to stop, 0 to 5 years; DV in front of a child, 0 to 5 years; right? These expired 2016. Then he has attempted aggravated burglary, 12/20/2026. So this was the biggest one, the 15-year sentence. And he has the 2 assault by prisoner. But what's interesting about this as well is he was initially charged with murder. Look right here. He was charged in 2007 with the homicide in connection with the shooting death of a 22-year-old man at a large party, but it was later dismissed because no one came forward. So he's been charged with murder before. And this is an interesting thing. So this is what happened. This is again 2007, but just to show how long he's been. I mean, even this is in a courtroom melee. I don't know why I'm having a hard time pronouncing it right. Melee, right? In a hallway of the Matheson Courthouse Thursday outside of the trial of 3 gang members charged in connection with a drive-by shooting resulting in the arrest of a 15-year-old boy and the adult brother of the defendant, our lovely Prince over here. Remo, 19, was arrested for investigation of felony witness tampering, 5 counts of assault on a police officer, and interfering with an arrest. The 15-year-old, who police described as a large juvenile, also fought with the bailiffs and eventually had to be tasered before he was taken into custody. So this is his younger brother. He was arrested for investigation of assault of a police officer and resisting arrest. The brawl happened during a recess in the trial of David Salula, Komoto, Tommie, whatever, for the 3 men began this week. During a break in testimony Thursday, an argument started between a witness who had just taken a stand and a person sitting in the gallery. The argument continued into the hallway outside Judge Randall's courtroom on the 4th floor of the courthouse. Because of the nature of the trial, the members of the Salt Lake Metro Gang Unit were also in attendance and tried to intervene in the altercation, said Salt Lake County Sheriff Lieutenant Paul Jarostak. Instead, the juvenile and Remo, the brother of David, began shoving bailiffs and members of the gang unit. At one point, a deputy had his back shoved against a wall. They said that the deputy was taken to the hospital for precautionary exam. Once the fighting parties were subdued, they were arrested and taken to the jail. And this is like, this offense is not even related to what he's in for now. I mean, what he's in for now is attempted aggravated burglary. This guy is basically, it seems to me, to spend his entire life in prison. And for anyone to think that he is not going to come right back in 2 years when he gets out, probably living in La La Land. I mean, it's, I don't claim to know the answers, but there are some people that I institutionalize and clearly are a danger to themselves and to the public. And he is getting out in 2 years. I mean, unless he picks up more felonies in prison, which is possible, and he keeps getting the ball kicked down the road, but he's getting out in 2 years. And this is a train wreck that the entire world can see coming. But hey, you just got to go with the flow, right? Because you're going to have DAs and judges that just hand out. Remember, this was a 1 to 15-year sentence. He could have gotten out, and he has been getting out, right? He's been revoked twice already. He's been revoked in 2017 and 2020. It's not like he's been serving this sentence straight. He was free just 5 years ago. Utah, their sentencing, they're a bunch of gimmicks. They hand out these sentences, but really it's just a big giant joke. And I never knew this until watching these parole hearings. And that's the thing about parole hearings. It's like getting under the hood of a state. You can actually truly understand a state and how they handle crime by watching the parole hearings. Iowa is the worst state that we cover, and one would never guess that. I mean, they are awful. They parole everybody regardless. I think we've seen 3 denials in a year of covering Iowa parole hearings. Think about that. That's insane. And they have monsters just like every other state. But there it is. And thank you, Holly, for providing the info on this. And thank you, Sir Richard, for recording it while I was gone. And I I think that we're going to go and watch another parole hearing. So let's jump. Yeah, let's jump in.
Well, the board will have that report to look at too. I don't have any other questions for you. I'm at the point where I'm ready to conclude the hearing. Thank you for your time today.
Can I let you hear my rap song, please?
How long is it?
The one verse in the
Is
chorus.
it about?
It's about prison.
It's about prison.
Yeah,
Well, we only have about a minute left.
I say,
All right.
And that's a first. He does make a request to share his rap song and he sings it. And if you want to just fast forward to the 14-minute mark, you can go ahead. But if you want to sit through the hearing, we are about to watch the parole hearing of a bank robber who robbed the Zion Bank in 2015. Now, his full term date is 2030, so he's got 6 years riding on this parole hearing. And I got to say, this is one of the wackiest parole hearings that we have covered. So with that, let's jump in.
Get started in just a second. Then I'll let you know when it's time.
Scott, can she see me right now? Can she see me right now?
All right. Today's the time and place set for a rehearing for Tommie Diggs, offender number 1846669. That is you, correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
Did you receive prior notice of today's hearing? Do you feel ready to proceed?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll be taking testimony from you. Do you swear or affirm that the statements you provide today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, my name's Joel Robinson. I'm a hearing officer. I work for the board. I'll be conducting your hearing today. You had a hearing back in January of 23. It was a rescission hearing after you failed to complete the expected programming. The board ordered a rehearing for today with the expectation that you complete the sex offender treatment program. You aware of that?
Yeah.
All right. Did you get a copy of the sex offender treatment program report dated December 9th of 24?
Yep.
You had the opportunity to read through that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just received it yesterday. So I don't know when you got a copy of it.
A few weeks ago or so.
Maybe when they went over the interview with you, they went over the report with you, maybe? That's how it went?
The guy, the blue pack, came in the mail.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
And the report dated December 9th was in there? Because it's only December 10th.
I don't remember. I just got the notice. I got my blue pack.
Did you get this specific report, the sex offender treatment program report dated December 9th of 2024? You would have gotten it yesterday
May I see
by a
it?
case manager.
May I
or
see it?
somebody.
No, I didn't get that.
I didn't think you did. The only way you would have gotten it is if the case manager printed it off and showed it to you, gave it to you right before the hearing today or yesterday. So you do have the opportunity to receive this report prior to the hearing, have the opportunity to read through it and be prepared to speak on it. And generally we disclose these documents, a couple weeks prior to the hearing, but being that we just received it yesterday, we didn't have the time to do that. So you have a couple options.
Can I just look at it right here?
I'll read it through it if you'd like to proceed that way. Do you want a couple minutes to read it? Do you want me to just read it?
Not
to you?
even now. I'm a fast read. I'll just brief over real quick.
Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and go off
Yeah.
record for a couple minutes. We'll give you the opportunity to read this and see if you're ready to proceed at that point.
Yeah,
All right?
it's killing me, Joe.
Now, while we wait for him to review his packet, I'll just read to you about the bank robbery. And I want to point out, nowhere in the files does Sir Richard find why he has sex offender programs that he has to take. We don't see that anywhere in his record. So now the bank heist, which took place September 16, 2015, it states like this. A man has been arrested after allegedly robbing a downtown bank Thursday afternoon. According to Salt Lake Police Detective Richard Shipping, a call came in of a robbery at Zion's Bank at Main Street when a man walked up to the counter and demanded money. The teller complied and handed him an undisclosed amount of money before he fled on foot. When our officers arrived, They found a man fitting the description of the robbery suspect walking not far from the location and stopped him for questioning. Chipping said after finding cash that appeared to have come from the bank and after questioning the man, the police made an arrest. The suspect has been identified as Mr. Diggs. He was 29 at the time. Now, this is certainly interesting. Again, I'm going to tell you, his rap song gets something else, and we're about to hear it. But first, to the
I
hearing.
mean, can you not, you say the word.
All right, we're back on record with Tommie Diggs, offender number 184669. Mr. Diggs was provided a copy of the program summary that was provided. Mr. Diggs, is there anything further that you would like to discuss regarding that treatment summary?
No,
And
no.
let me provide you your options again. Your options are you can have a copy of that disclosed to you, have time to go back and review it, be adequately prepared to respond to it. If you would like to do that, what we would do is we would continue today's hearing to a different date. We'd get you back on the calendar on the next available date,
No,
and then you'd have the opportunity to respond.
I understand it. They saying I won't be able to do the SOTP while incarcerated.
Okay, but before we go into that, your second option is you can waive your disclosure of that document and we can proceed with the hearing today. Do you want to proceed
Yes,
with the
sir.
hearing today?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're going to waive the prior notice of that report and proceed today?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Mr. Joe
so
Bob.
what you're explaining right now is that they are recommending that you complete the program while incarcerated.
No, and a half.
Although currently that's not an option for you, but at some point, if it is available to you, that's the recommendation that you complete the program here at the facility. So go ahead with what you were going to say.
Oh, well, since I've been incarcerated, I've graduated high school. I completed life skills program. I completed business, entrepreneurship, and I've completed the RH program. And just I'm from Chicago, Mr. Joe. How my swag, how I act, it ain't like these dudes acting. They cause a lot of problems. You know, I be getting in fights and stuff, and then I gotta put safeties. I ain't finna let Serenos or a lot of white boy. I ain't finna let dudes jump on me at night. So they call me a check-in, a punk. No, I don't care. I'm not finna let you get the opportunity to book me, stab me. I explained this to the re-entry and rehabilitation team, and they said, Diggs, we can get you into a program. At the halfway house has the same program. The halfway house, the board can. The McGillis, my caseworker, my current caseworker over in Antelope, she recommended that I do it at the halfway house because I can't do it in here because I have 25, not just the write-ups and stuff, but the 25 safeties that I have. It's hard to house me around, and I don't want to go out there. You know, I don't want to go out there and jeopardize my safety, bro. You know, for real. And the reentry rehabilitation team, they said they would give me a studio apartment, pay the first month rent for me. And I got a list of classes and stuff, the SOTP classes on the street. Well, not AP&P. I want to be on parole again. And AP&P can give me classes that I can go to attend. I'm more than willing for that. If you give
and everything that you're mentioning, I will forward to the board for their consideration. There's the option to have you remain incarcerated to complete programming. There's the option to have you go to the halfway house to complete programming. There is an option to let you be on standard parole and complete treatment while on parole. However, these are the concerns that the board's going to have.
Yeah.
You were on parole previously, and you had a number of issues. One of the reports indicated that you were inappropriate towards the staff at the community correctional center.
And that's always a lot too.
And
she got
yeah.
right now. She got fired for stuff from that lady was no good.
And you have recent disciplinary violations, one from September.
I
for
know,
frequent
I know
misconduct.
I know my disciplinary thing.
Okay. So those are the concerns that the board's going to have when considering whether or not you can be safely released back into the community.
Okay, I ain't
At minimum,
I ain't
you
hurt
need to-
nobody.
At minimum, you need to be able to demonstrate positive behavior here at the institution for a significant period of time. You've had one disciplinary violation after the other. So I would expect that that would be, whether the board sets a release date or not, that's going to be an expectation moving forward, is that you have disciplinary free behavior.
Yeah, but can't, I mean, I can do, when I was at Nuke, the halfway house, they have the same program. They had the same program at Nuke.
I understand that, and that's why I told you that
Can
the
you,
options on the table
can
are,
you recommend that for me, please?
no, I can't recommend that for you.
You can't?
No, and what I can do is I can provide your recommendation. You're recommending to the board that they consider allowing you to complete treatment at the halfway house. I'll provide that. That's what you're recommending to the board, sure. But my recommendation, I'm still deciding what I'm going to recommend to the board, and I emphasize that in the last thing I said, and that you need to demonstrate that you can control yourself here in the institution before I have any confidence that you're going to be able to control yourself there in the community.
I can't control myself.
What's that?
I can't control myself.
You can?
I haven't done nothing.
Okay. Well, for an extended period of time, you can demonstrate that you aren't a management problem here at the institution, which means you won't have any new disciplinary convictions. Ideally, you'll be able to work your way into a situation where you can do classes and programming here at the facility.
I've been had that chance, man. Man, it's crazy.
So I'm going to relay all of the information that
I ain't doing the program here.
discussed. You're not going to do the program here?
I'm not gonna do it here.
Okay. All right, I'll let the board know. What classes can you do here?
I finished the RH, which my point is got down. They wouldn't. It's like the paper just said. The SOT people, they wouldn't. I was already. My points was already. I pointed out to go to pop. They didn't send me there because they, like the paper say. It says. My behavior, whatever. Just that one incident that happened when I walked into the section, and the mental health lady right there, and she said, you know what she said. Nah, that's why. That's all. They saying my in a pro-social manner are a significant barrier for program SOTP. They won't accept me. They won't accept me. They won't accept me.
All right. Well, the board will have that report to look at too. I don't have any other questions for you. I'm at the point where I'm ready to conclude the hearing. Thank you for your time today.
Can I let you hear my rap song, please?
How long is it?
The one verse in the
Is
chorus.
it about?
It's about prison.
It's about prison.
Yeah.
Well, we only have about a minute left.
I say,
All right.
I just want to go back home. Let me out of jail, prone not to make a wrong. Freedom is priceless without its ill. Baby, you my candy rain. I'm so for real, for real. I just want to sit in myself, feeling hella stressed out. Wonder when I'm gonna roll up the day I dress out. Experience opened my mind, taught me different values. I got a diploma, my pop told me, son, I'm proud of you. Achieve no grievance, considering my own life. Gain one to lose one, that's part of the sacrifice. Kid on the swing like I got pushed to better heights. Goes ahead, I see him good like farsighted. All I gotta do is stay committed and be patient. Whitney Houston, exhale, that's what I've been waiting. Yeah, you get it, like it don't take no rocket scientist. I could tell you bugging me, wigging psychiatrist. Without my ladies, I ain't whole, she my better half. Our story ain't complete, yeah, like I lost a lot of good years, it's hurt me. But like the good year title, I'm like, won't you go back home? Go back.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Diggs.
Yes, sir. God bless you.
All right. We'll go ahead and conclude.
Go back home. Go back home. Go back home. Go back home.
All All right, thank you, Mr. Diggs.
Yes, sir. God bless you.
All right, we'll go ahead and conclude. All right, we'll go ahead and conclude. All right, we'll go ahead and conclude. All right, we'll go ahead and conclude.
I just wanna go back home. Let me out of jail, prone not to make a wrong. Freedom is priceless without its own. Baby, you my candy rain, I'm so for real, for real. I just wanna sit in myself, feeling hella stressed out. Wonder when I'm gonna roll up the day I dress out. Experience opened my mind, taught me different values. I got a diploma, my pop told me, son, I'm proud of you. Achieve no grievance, considering my own life. Gain one to lose one, that's part of the sacrifice. Kid on the swing like I got pushed to better heights. Goals ahead, I see him good like farsighted. All I gotta do is stay committed and be patient. Whitney Houston, exhale, that's what I've been waiting.
All right, we'll go ahead and conclude. All right, we'll go ahead and conclude. All right, we'll go ahead and conclude. All right, we'll go ahead and conclude.
Yeah, you get it, like it don't take no rocket scientist. I could tell you bugging and wigging psychiatrist. Without my ladies, I ain't whole, she my better half. Our story ain't completed yet, like this the rough draft. I know I lost a lot of good years, it's hurt me. But like the good year tire, I'm like warranty.
All right, we'll go ahead and conclude. All right, we'll go ahead and conclude. All right, we'll go ahead and conclude. All right, we'll go ahead and conclude.